When Ollie Pope received his test cap, he became the 92nd person to have played for the Bunbury English School's under-15s before going on to represent England. The process of selecting that English school's side happens at the Bunbury Festival, which this year was held at Millfield School in Somerset. For 32 years, David English, ex-manager of the Bee Gees and Eric Clapton, has been the driving force behind the event, but this year there are some slight changes. It all stemmed from a phone call from ECB chairman Colin Graves.
He called me up, he said, Dave, he said, what happens if you get run over by a bus? He's French, Colin. He said, Dave, if you get run over by a bus, what's going to happen? I said, well, that's it, Graves. He said, no, it isn't. He said, what will happen, whatever happens, we'll carry it on. It'll be the ECB David English Bunbury Festival, whether you're here or not. So for 30 years, ESCA supported the Bunbury Festival. Now the ECB has taken it under their umbrella, and I feel proud about that, which is great. It gives a stamp of authority, but we're all in it together, and at the end of the day, it's all about the boys playing cricket.
The Loon, as he's affectionately known, is still heavily involved though, and the ECB have plenty to thank him for.
His contribution to cricket, to age group cricket, his passion is infectious. It doesn't matter whether you're a parent, whether you're a young lad, and the game owes him a great debt, because if this hadn't happened through his fundraising, we wouldn't have had this tournament for 32 years. And in the meantime, he just lobbed in a couple of World Cups under 15, where he raised the money.
He's been the driver behind it for so long, and I think that's why it's so important to name the event after him and make sure that there's a real legacy for him.
The greatest pleasure, Floydie, is to see the boys arrive with a combination of nerves and adrenaline. The Bunbury blazers don't quite fit, the tie's on the wrong way, and they line up here on the Sunday afternoon. Marcus Trescothick presents them with the caps, and you can see all they want to do is play cricket. That's why they're here. And to see them actually go out on day one and play with that exuberance and that energy, that youthfulness, and then at the end of the week, we shake hands, and that is for life.
So the newly named ECB David English Bunbury Festival kicked off in the shadow of Glastonbury Tour. As ever, 4 regions competed: the North, Midlands, South and West, and London and the South East. It is now the first step on the ECB Player Pathway programme.
This week looks to build on the great work of clubs and schools and of course the counties, and it's the next step up, and it's the first stage in the pathway where it's the next step at under 15s. Then from this, the next stage in that pathway is the Super Fours. It's the under-17s regional competition which takes place at Loughborough at the end of August each year. And of course that leads on then to Young Lions programme that we see playing in the World Cup. It's a really early opportunity for us to have a look at the players. Players will come, players will go, but this is a great learning opportunity for that first group of players and to see how they respond to actually having that best v best.
Alistair Cook said to me when he played in the Bunbury, was this the first time he could compare himself to everybody nationally? You know, where am I in terms of my ability to compare to others?
Gone! Cohen strikes.
Are some of these guys just a couple of years off playing first-class cricket and beyond?
I would say so, yeah. I think, not that even in my tenure as being chairman of selectors, you know, picking 20-year-olds wasn't, it did happen. Ben Holyoake made his debut when he was 20, but looking at what Ed's doing is that if you're good enough, age is irrelevant, which I think is fantastic. When I play county cricket, you seem to have to be at least 27 to pass the age profile. So I think young players are playing first-team cricket earlier. Play first-team cricket earlier, you'll be playing for England if you produce the goods.
Traditionally a 50-over tournament, the festival now holds a T20 competition as well. In the first semi-final, the South and West spinners suffocated the North before their batsmen, led by Gloucestershire's Will Naish, who hit an unbeaten 56, led them to a comfortable 7-wicket win. The second game was also pretty one-sided, with London and the South East keeping the Midlands to 134 from their 20 overs. They then knocked off the runs 4 wickets down with 3 overs to spare. thanks to a partnership of 84 between Essex's Nathan Kellawan and Middlesex's Viren Patel. Once the day's action was done, it was time for the infamous barbecue and karaoke night at Bunbury Institution. For years, David English has made sure the festival has not just been about cricket.
I always remember 2006 when there was Stokes, Root and Butler.
Joe Root.
Ben put peri-peri sauce in Joe Root's Coca-Cola. I saw that. We had a conga through the restaurant and all that. So we always have a night where it's a complete distraction from cricket. We have quizzes and whatever, and I think that's just as important. Play hard on the field, but also learn about life off the field as well.
Who's been the best singer in the karaoke over the years?
Johnny Bairstow, 2005, without a doubt. We were in Newquay. Wonderful singer.
So what have the class of 2018 got to offer? Well, it was the South and West who were the undoubted karaoke kings. But, as ever, the last word was left to the loon.
I'm proud to say she's my buttercup. I'm in love. Ooh, I'm all shook up. I'm all shook up. No, that's not a boy. Never take it. Best everybody.
There was just one match to play on the final day as 50-over champions the South and West took on London and the South East in the T20 final. In between the showers, the South and West made 139 for 7 from their 20 overs, despite Nathan Kellawan's 4 for 12.
And that's another wicket, Nathan Kellawan, well bowled.
In reply, things never got going for London and the South East, and they were 99 for 6 with just 3 overs to go when rain put paid to the day. The South and West took it by 23 runs, according to Duckworth Lewis. And with that, it was time for the presentations.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys, fantastic. It's an honour to put on the 32nd Bunbury Festival here at Millfield School. I can honestly say, in terms of facilities, the ground itself and the atmosphere, this has been the #1 festival of them all.
The South and West weren't just the karaoke kings, they also dominated on the field, with captain Will Naish picking up the 50 and 20 over trophies. The Outstanding Player Award went to Jacob Bethel of Warwickshire and the Midlands, a 14-year-old all-rounder who can do this. Given the history of this festival, don't be at all surprised if Bethel or a few others who took part in the 2018 edition are soon to be seen on the biggest stage.